Hey everybody, quick lesson on decimals and place value. How do you figure out which place each number is in, each digit, and how do we say it in words, and how do we write it in expanded form? Okay, then I'm going to introduce another Pizzazz worksheet for you guys. Okay, so first off on place value, I want you guys to know that when you look at the places, you guys are really good at whole numbers, right? Ones and tens and hundreds and thousands, right? If I were to write the number 476, almost everybody knows that's 4 hundreds, 7 tens, 6 ones, right? When we get to place value, for decimals, we then have the decimal, and then we might have more digits afterwards, right? So we would say the first part of the number just like normal, right? You guys knew that was 476, okay? And one of the things we do, we make mistakes sometimes. We say the word "and" when we read numbers way more than we're supposed to. The only time we're actually supposed to say the word "and" is when we have what's called a mixed number, which includes a whole number like 476 and part of a whole number, a decimal or a fraction, right? So we would say 3 and 1/7 for that mixed number. Here we would say 476 and then what? That is the hard part. Well, most of you are real good at fractions, and I'm going to show you a way that you can always say the correct words when you're reading a decimal, no matter how long it is. What you do is you take all the digits to the right of the decimal and write them off to the side. In this case, I have a 1, 8, and a 3, and put a bar under it. You're going to make it a fraction. Okay, and then put zeros under each digit, and then put a 1 in front of it. So this fraction, almost every day we would say 183 thousandths, right? 183 1,000ths, right? If you had the decimal like that, that is a huge decimal, huh? Well, it's a long decimal. It's not that big. It's less than a half. Anyway, the rule is take all those digits, 408,502, put it on top, put zeros underneath each digit. I put 6 zeros there, huh? And then put a 1 in front of it. What do I have here? 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. I have 408,502 millionths, right? So you can always, if you take a little extra time, know how to read a decimal and say it with the correct words, okay? This number here, again, 476 and 183 thousandths, okay? I want to show you a little trick I learned too. You'll notice when you look at a place value chart that all of these places end in an S: ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, right? You will also notice that you have place values going to the right and going to the left that are very similar. You have tens, you have tenths. You have hundreds, you have hundredths. You have thousands, you have thousandths. 10,000s, 10,000ths. Now, you're lucky you're not in class and in the front row when I'm teaching this lesson, because you'll notice I keep saying tss, 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 and you might imagine needing a umbrella or a raincoat when I'm saying that, being afraid that I'm spitting on you. Why? Because every word to the right of the decimal ends in THS, okay? So sometimes when I have kids work with decimals, I have them write this on their paper, .THS. And that reminds everybody that every place value to the right of the decimal, when you write it in words, is going to end in THS. Also, a cool thing, what's the first place? Tenths. Well, what does that start with? A T. What's the second place? Hundredths. Hundredths. What does that start with? An H. Now, sorry about the thousandth. It does not start with an S, but about 90% of the decimals you will work with in 6th grade are tenths, starts with a T, and hundredths starts with an H, and those are the first 2 places after the decimal. Okay, so wanted to remind you those things and teach you those things, and then I want you to also know when you write any number in expanded form, like 476, each digit that is not a 0 gets its own place in the addition problem. What does that mean? What is that for really? It's 400. What is the 7 really? It is 7 tens, 70. And what is the 6? It's 6 ones or 6. So 476 in expanded form is 400 plus 70 plus 6. And when we add decimals, not much changes, right? Go back to our original number, 486, 476 and 183 thousandths. I'm just going to continue on. I have the 400, I have the 70, I have the 6. Now, what do I have here? This is 1/10. So I will write plus 1/10. Okay. What is the 8? That is 8 hundredths. Remember, second spot, THS. So I have to write a 0 between the decimal and the 8. Oftentimes, when you are writing decimals, you can put a 0 in front of the decimal place. That helps people. It draws your eyes to the fact that there's going to be a decimal there, right? Last digit is that 3. What is that? Oh, I forgot. So I'm writing the 183 on top, 0, 0, 0 on the bottom. Put a 1 under it. Oh, that is 3 thousandths, right? 183 thousandths. So if I had to write that in words, I can spell it out now. And again, I'm putting a decimal and then 2 spots before the 3, 0, 0, 3. And now I've written 476 and 183 thousandths in expanded form. Okay, so you know how to write it in words. You know how to write it in expanded form. You know some basic place value. Then you can do this fun worksheet. Pizzazz, right? With the dad jokes. First off, look down here. Over here, it says topic. You always want to look at that topic. I'm going to turn it sideways so you can read a little bit better. And it says topic, hundredths and thousandths. See that THS, THS? I circle this so I know what I'm working on, right? It'll help teach the language of math. And then I go read the directions. Write a decimal for each exercise. Cross out the box containing each correct answer. When you finish, write the letters from the remaining boxes in the spaces at the bottom of the page. Okay, first thing I'm doing something, right? Number 1, I got to write this decimal. Where is it? It's 0. That's 0.5. This must be 0.1 right there. 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. Now that's between 0.2 and 0.3. I must be going another digit over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is going to be 0.27 or 27 hundredths. That's number 1. Let's go find 27 hundredths. There it is. I cross out that box. Go to the next one. Let's try another one of those. Let's try number 6. It's bigger than 4.5, less than 5.0. That's like 45 and 50, right? So this must be 46 or 4.6, 47, 4.7, 48, 4.8. That's almost 4.8, huh? It's bigger than 4.7. Less than 4.8. Let's go 4.7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to be 4.7 4.79, not quite 4.8 or 4.80. You can always add a 0. 4.79 is number 6. I got to go find 4.79. Anybody see it? There it is. Cross out that box. When I get done, the remaining letters that aren't crossed out is what's going to go down here and answer the question, what's the difference between a barbell and an ocean? Right? Again, in letters, in words, 385 thousandths, 385 thousandths, right? Or 0.385, right? 0.385 is number 7. 0.38, there we go. Cross out that. And expanded form, best way to get those right is to write it one on top of another. What do we call that? Vertically. And line up those decimals, right? When I write the 400ths here, I got to make sure the decimal is what's lined up. 0.04 and that 7 thousandths, 007, James Bond, 007. And then I'm going to add these. Now, whenever you have a situation where you're adding, subtracting, or comparing decimals, you can add zeros to the right of the decimals to help you out. Makes it a little bit easier to keep track of things. Looks a little better. They all come out to the same spot. 6/10 is the same as 60 hundredths is the same as 600 thousandths. So you can add zeros. But now that I've added those zeros, I have columns. Easier to add and keep track of things. So that number there is 647 thousandths or 0.647. Let's go find that. 6.407. That's not it. Tried to fool me. 60.047. Oh, still trying to fool me. Here it is. Cross that out. Okay. Good luck on the rest. Hope you enjoy the joke. If not, pretend like you think it's funny, and we'll all be good. All right. Have fun with that one.